So I want to quickly cover what is mindfulness and why do we keep talking about what mindfulness is, right? So this is so mindfulness is this awareness that arises, what is it? Through paying attention. There are 4 elements to mindfulness. Paying attention, right? On purpose, intentionally increasing awareness of experience. I am doing something, I am eating, I am paying attention to eating. I am washing the dishes, I am paying attention to washing the dishes. So it's on purpose. I am walking, that's walking, mindful walking, right? I'm just walking, I'm not doing anything. So that's on purpose, in the present moment. That is what we've been focusing on, always in the present moment. And then non-judgmentally, this is the most important thing. That is why I asked, when we are doing seva, right? Was there any judgment? Oh my God, I shouldn't be doing this. When will this be over? So you can be in the present moment, but you can still pass analysis and thoughts. So these 4 things together, you apply to any activity, that's a mindful activity, right? For example, this master, today morning he was smelling the flowers, right? So you just do that, right? I mean, during that time, you probably get some thought and that is what you are analyzing. But then you don't go into an analysis of why the tree is there, what kind of flower is this, right? Will it cause some problem or not? So all that, so you just look at nature the way it is. You do things the way you're supposed to do, right? So this is what is the definition for mindfulness. But how does this help in so there is a cycle here, right? First, you get a feeling. You get the feeling. Remember, we talked about the 3 feeling tones, and now you can answer. What were the 3 feeling tones? Pleasant, unpleasant, neutral, right? So that is where it starts, but most of the time you don't know what that is. And then what happens? That an emotion rises. Give me some examples of emotions. Fear, anger, sadness, right? Anxiety, anxious, worry, all that emotion. And then what happens? No, before action. Thought, yes. And then this gives rise to action. This feta, some of you know feta cheese. F-E-T-A, right? So feeling, emotion, thought, and action. So that is what happens. When we are not mindful, all we are aware is only this and a little bit of this, right? So we are aware of the emotion post the action, right? So you'll have to be what Buddha says is, you'll have to be aware of some of these beforehand, even at the moment of rising. So that is what Anapanasati focuses on, the feeling. That's those 3 tones. Once you start feeling here, then you have a lot of time between the feeling and action, right? And then sometimes emotion arises, like what Master said, some fear. Then usually the immediate thought is, oh, I shouldn't touch the flower, right? The experience. But in this case, he got a memory, right? He got that memory. That's also a thought that expressed from your memory bank, saying that, oh, that is why I am fearful, right? And then the action will determine by the thought. Right? Same thing, anywhere you apply, it's about this feeling, emotion, thought, and action. Usually these 2, we are not aware in the present moment. This is what happens, right? As you increase your meditation process, as you start growing mindful, your awareness initially is here. Then you'll start recognizing before, so suddenly you'll get a thought, before you act, you'll be able to recognize that. There is a space between your thought and action. And continued mindfulness, there will be space between emotion and thought. Just like what he said, right? So I was able to feel the emotion of fear, but then immediately thought shifted to something else, right? And then even continued meditation, just by, when I am going to have a food, if I have a feeling that pleasant, unpleasant, then probably I will completely avoid the food, right? Or avoid an action, rather than going through this whole process. The same thing with the situation, with the person, with a conversation, right? Anywhere, or it could be some sitting in the sun versus sitting in the cold room, whatever, right? So anywhere, this is what it is. And usually what happens is, in this place, you have conscious thought and then a lot of subconscious thoughts. right? Subconscious thoughts arise from your past baggage, and that is what Manusha tried to clarify, right? Some of them you wouldn't even know. For example, the fear, sometimes you wouldn't even know why you are fearful. There's no thought there, but somehow you know I'm afraid of it. I'm afraid of a dog, I'm afraid of a snake, but I don't know why. Right? So that's where just emotion, but thought also disappears. You can't even remember why. But there is a deep rooted cause. Could be traced back to your childhood, could be traced back to your past life. But mindfulness is about recognizing the gaps between each of these. The earlier you take action, the better it is for everybody. Understood? So between last Sunday and today, a lot of you would have been somewhere here in the emotion and thought area. May not be as much in the feeling area, but at least emotion and thought, you will know before you talk to your kids, before you react to your kids or your parent or whatever. So you know this is what it is, right? There are different frameworks. I mean, you can always use different frameworks. Pain body, okay, that is not me, right? And then Manusha talked about the auditorium process, right? So your stage is the conscious mind, and you have all your different parts, your fearful part, your angry part, everything sitting in the audience, right? So you clearly know, oh, this is my fear, this is my angry part, this is my emotional part. So you have enough time to adjust your action based on it. Yes, so that is what is mindfulness. And this is again a very popular definition from Buddhist circles. Right? Feeling, emotion, thoughts, action, and our goal as you continue meditation, nothing else is needed. Continue to do good meditation every day. Automatically you will see you'll see your thoughts before they manifest. Then suddenly you will feel your emotion before you get to the thoughts. Then the key here is non-judgmental, right? You cannot think, okay, feeling pleasant, unpleasant, I don't know what, right? And then let the emotion arise. So that's the thought cycle, and that is how mindfulness helps. Yeah, so how is mindfulness? Mindfulness has two things. It's like the two wings of a bird, right? Two key components of mindfulness is attention and awareness. So what do you do in meditation? Yeah, so you pay attention to your breath, right? Like I said, continuous attention to your breath. That is how you start practicing, right? Continuous attention. Then what are you aware of? So initially you are aware of thoughts. So every time you get thoughts, you keep getting back to it, right? Thoughts, attention, like you keep saying, it's like this. Thoughts, attention, right? Slowly your concentration muscle increases in your brain. So, and then that is the combination. So attention plus awareness is, in fact, one-pointed attention is complete. As some of you might remember the 5 stages of meditation, right? As you continue deeper into meditation, you continuous attention on the breath. Initially, it will be for 1 or 2 minutes, then slowly it will be for 10 minutes, whatever it is. That continuous attention is what is one-pointed attention, and then strong awareness. The same thing, like I keep saying, that's a net practice. What we are doing, meditation is practice. But when you get to daily work, could be driving, could be working, could be cooking, could be reading, could be talking, everywhere this happens, right? What happens typically? Mindful conversation, that's another thing that's very difficult. A lot of people, we keep talking to someone, right? And then the background, you keep thinking, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that thought, when will he stop talking, right? So you keep on thinking all that. And that means you're not paying full attention to what someone is saying. That's a waste of a lot of energy. With this one-pointed attention, you're still in the background aware of something happening, but you're still one-pointed attention. You save a lot of energy because you don't allow the unconscious thoughts to keep consuming energy. Okay? So that is the reason why we focus on meditation, breath. And then in advanced stages of meditation, as I said, you feel the energy sensations, right? That is awareness. You are aware of your energy sensation, aware of your energy sensation in the body, while continue to focus your attention on it. So mindfulness is always also defined as the optimum combination of attention and awareness. Some people say it is concentration and mindfulness, or concentration and awareness, could be anything.